You know, all this past day, I've been planning to open the episode singing a song, very specifically singing Bumblebee. In fact, I just did it, and then it instantaneously reminded me I am physically incapable of singing without sounding like someone just dropped a dolphin into a wood chipper. So I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. But the joke was gonna be about how it's funny that I was doing that because I was going to do that as a safety net, as a ha-ha, as a ho-ho, just to be careful in case this was the episode. Despite the fact I have been fairly adamant, it was until people, every fucking person in RWBY just couldn't stop being like, hey, episode 6 though, some stuff. Point is, fairly adamant that I was expecting it to be more of an episode 7 sort of thing. Though, to cover my bases and be a goddamn coward, I was gonna sing the song. In fact, again, I did. I cut it out, however, because it was horrible. The song's wonderful. I just can't sing. Anyway. And then I saw the title, so I guess fuck me, I should have sung it, huh? Anyway, hey, hi, howdy, everyone, my name is Shannon Shook, and welcome yet again to another episode of RWBY Volume 9. That's right, it is episode, yep, nailed it, bud. It's episode 6. I'm going to do a quick rundown of some things I want to talk about in the intro, and then we're pretty much just going to roll into it. I'm not going to talk about it too much more. There was a significant amount of debate for me earlier this past week throughout whether I was like literally going to make 2 entire separate extra videos to talk about things that I didn't really talk about in the first part, or in the last episode, I should say, or things that I just, developed as time went on. So I'm going to quickly just run them down because otherwise I'll literally make 2-hour-long videos about both of them. Really quickly. Number 1, I didn't really touch on Summer Rose's, the Summer Rose of it all in the previous episode. I didn't really touch on her showing up. Visually. I didn't really touch on the weapon. I didn't really touch on RWBY's emblem. And I'm not going to say too much more about it other than I did a little thing on Twitter talking about it, and what I thought was interesting, how people were confused or took issue in regards to RWBY's emblem. I mean, like, this felt like it came out of nowhere and whatever, which... Sure, it is the first time that's been flat out said, though I thought it was really weird because it's literally just Summer's emblem. RWBY just stole it. Like, she just took it. It's the same one. So, the gift of it, the promise of it all, while that's obviously a relevant thing, an important thing, I'm sure it'll come up. It's not like even Eddie, I think it was, in the after show thing or whatever, was like, I wonder if that'll come up later. So, like, I'm sure it will, but... That doesn't even need to be the entirety of the point of that goddamn scene. It's just, again, the entirety of our time in the Ever After has been RWBY slowly losing pieces of her identity in this version of herself that she has invented, almost exclusively plagiarized from her mom. Whether that be her hood, her weapon, what she does, fucking her eyes, her emblem, all of it. Like, all of it's just taken from Summer Rose. And I don't mean that in a shitty way. I just mean that in, like, RWBY doesn't know what the fuck else to do. She doesn't know what else a huntress can be. She doesn't know who the fuck she is. She's just Summer Light. That's what she has always imagined herself to be. That's what she's always strived to be. And I think that's really interesting that she's continuously losing bits and pieces of that, as other people have pointed out. I would be genuinely shocked if she didn't lose the fucking hood by the season. And hopefully... she keeps these, despite the fact I have talked for a decent amount about, I think, the thematic things you can do with, as much as I would hate to see it. See? She wouldn't. Anyway, point is, the thematic and storytelling elements you can go with if RWBY were to lose an eye, or, God forbid, both, like Maria. Anyway, that's the thing with Summer. I'm not going to talk about too much more, because otherwise I could go on for years. The other thing is Jaune. I talked obviously mostly about Jaune in the previous episode, but again, as time went on, I had kind of a weird spiral into madness after that episode. Again, I think genuinely the only thing I can really compare it to that we've had on the channel was Mommy back in Madoka Magica. And I won't go into details for the sake of spoilers. You should watch that. It's very good. It's one of the very few shows on the channel that, while I obviously I have enjoyed a great many of them, and it's not even like, I wouldn't even necessarily put it in my top 3, maybe even top 5, though definitely right around there. It was a show that I spent a lot of time taking extra time out to just sit down and talk through, because there was a lot of shit, despite being a fairly short show. Very similar to this, actually, in that regard, this volume. But yeah, basically, that something happens in relation to that character specifically that I knew about going into the show, but I didn't know when, I didn't know where, I didn't know how, I didn't know why, I didn't know context. And then it happened, I was like, oh, well, I guess I knew about it, so it didn't really matter. And then over the course of that day, I continuously kept sitting down to record more and more and more. Ended up creating like an hour and a half stitched together video that's just me slowly losing my fucking mind thinking about it and talking about it. And it very much kind of had a similar thing for me with Jaune. So honestly, it's good I didn't fucking record it, because otherwise, again, it would have been like 2 hours long and me losing my mind. But long story short, I think the biggest thing that I didn't get to say earlier that I want to take away is, I think the reason Jaune has affected me the way it did in the previous episode, and especially afterwards, is because despite the fact I had theorized plenty of times before about how different things can happen in regards to like time dilation, how things would be like when we return to Vacuo, or what's going on over there, and this, and maybe everyone will be fucking different ages when we get there, and shit, all that stuff. And I thought about all that, and I bit my fucking cheek earlier. I apologize if I sound stupid. I bit the fuck out of my cheek earlier. Oh my god. I genuinely think I fucked my entire cheek up. Anyway, point is, yeah, despite the fact I had gone over that a lot of the time in my head, while it obviously always made me very sad, it never affected me to the way I ended up getting affected here by Jaune. And I think I came to the conclusion of why that was, and it was because Jaune, more than probably any other character except for maybe Weiss, is the most relatable character in the show for me. Jaune was a character that I didn't watch grow up. Like, I always use Oscar as the other example, because Oscar was the main character I would think about in relation to this. And that was, I watched Oscar grow up over the past fucking 4 or 5 volumes, you know? That's a thing that I've done. But that's it. I was a passive observer in that. I watched Oscar grow up. With Jaune, I grew up alongside Oscar. I was basically the same exact age as Jaune, not Oscar, alongside Jaune. I was basically the exact same age as Jaune when I first encountered him back in the day, when the RWBY of it all started. I was basically the same age, if not just a teeny bit younger, and then immediately caught up and then eventually eclipsed him. That didn't apparently fucking last. Anyway, and so much of it, I think it really made me re-examine and reevaluate all of the lessons and growth, not just that character had, but that I had because of that character. Again, I think you ask most, at least guys, I'm sure it's fairly, there's at least a level of it for ladies and MBs and friends. But for someone like myself, as many others, if you watch RWBY, a lot of people resonate with Jaune in a lot of way, or they get extremely fucking mad at him early on. And it's because they see themselves in him. They see their younger selves, that it pisses them off, because they're like, yep, oh, I've been there, I've done that, that was dumb and stupid, and you've since learned and grown from there. And I think back to Ren's little conversation when they're in Volume 5, and like, does it make you upset when you think about who you used to be, and now you think about who you are now? That means you fucking grew. And, you know, like, stuff like that. For me, I never had that luxury of it being a thing that I simply looked back on. It was me growing up alongside him. I was doing the dumb shit. I was the idiot. I was the things that he fucked up, his failures, his wants, his dreams, his likes, his appreciations, all of that shit were things that I not only experienced, but experienced literally alongside him. And I genuinely attribute a certain level of my personal growth as a human being to that character. Completely, legitimately, unironically. watching him grow into the not just decent person, but a great person that he is now, I think is not wholly unresponsible for growing into the person that I am at least semi-proud to say that I am currently. And I think that's why when I saw him and he was so different and everything had happened and he was so hurt and so alone, it hit the way it did. It's just, it's something I've been thinking about over this past week, and it was fucking my shit up, and I think that's mostly why. Is there anything else I really want to touch on? I don't think I really have too much more to touch on other than I just want to see what the hell the episode's about. I have a sneaking suspicion I have an idea about what it's about, but I know it's 20 minutes. I know the title is Confessions in the Cumulus Clouds or whatever the fuck. And we're just going to go ahead and do the thing. So I sincerely hope nothing goes wrong. I've had a very eventful week in regards to recording. I think I've recorded roughly 20 goddamn videos. And I'm here to do this too. So I hope you guys are excited as I am. Obviously, there is the assumption of a certain thing happening. Hopefully in a exclusively positive context. There's obviously some other things we have to deal with here too, facing us right now, but let's see how it goes, you know? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. It is, again, episode... Thankfully, I wasn't looking when I just accidentally ran my mouse all the way across the fucking goddamn thing at the bottom. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do it. It is episode 6 of RWBY. I felt like there was one more thing. I hope Cece's not dead, I guess. But yeah, I think there was one more thing, but I can't remember what it is. So let's just focus on what's ahead of us for right now. We're going to do it. It's episode 6 of RWBY volume... Oh, the last thing. Thank you, everyone who watched the last episode. The last episode has twice as many views as every other episode this volume. Thank you. Thank you, genuinely. Like, again, I've talked about it plenty of times over, and I won't do it too much more here, but RWBY is my favorite show of all time, so it getting love and attention and appreciation and enjoyment or any of that shit from you guys, it means the world to me. So, thank you. I'm sure this will be a fucking thing, huh? You excited? You've seen it already. Does stuff happen? I bet it does. We're gonna go. This will be an interesting one to talk about, I imagine. Thankfully, that's the only thing I've been spoiled on is the title, which isn't really a spoiler because they told me intentionally. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. In 3, 2, 1, go. There will be. Oh, I forgot. I did open it, and it did immediately try and jump into the flashing light warning, so never mind. That was the other thing, I guess. Oh. Computer, internet, everything work with me here. Oh, the boy. Also, the murder woman. Please stop doing what you're doing. The poor Birdman did not deserve that. I gotta be honest with you. Also, as we can see, I'm coming in with an interesting energy this time around, but again, it's been an interesting week of things to think about. So, I'm sure I'll be a giddy schoolgirl by the end. I think I could pull off the outfit, don't you think? Sadness. Okay. Also, again, I bit the hell out of my cheek. I think that's a part of why I'm so down. It was maybe the worst I've ever had that happen in my life. I definitely lost a piece of my face. It's not fun to think about. Magic twisty twirlies. Let's see what is that today? Probably, maybe. Again, that's the other thing, I suppose. Yeah, based on... Well, shit. Thanks, Screwy. Yeah, no, I don't know if it would have been better to see it with the helmet or for you to change it and let me see his face now, but... God, I hope the boy's gonna be okay. Also, I swear to God, if you let Juniper, Little, or Cece die by the end of this, I'm gonna be so upset. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, bud. Oh, damn. He found Crescent Rose. At least while it was falling. I don't know if he found it when it landed, but...
Where am I?
Oh, it's gonna be so fucking weird hearing the two different versions of fucking Jaune's voice. Miles did a damn good job fucking... This feels very episode 7 of volume 3.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Hey, no, wait. Wait! Stop it! Please, stop! I thought maybe I'd never see you again.
Oh, Jesus.
But I knew if I waited long enough, that you would fall. Just like I did. It's really you, right? When I saw you in the market,
Jaune.
Bud. Oh, yes, hug the fuck out of this man. He needs it so bad.
How did you find us?
How are you the Rusted Knight? And when did you get so...
Mature. What happened?
Jesus Christ. The dream isn't dead, Boyd.
guess we've all got a lot of catching up to do.
Again, it really depends on how actually older he is. He might have just had a really bad, like, 5 fucking years.
Relics now?
And with Cinder, the ability to get another.
Oh,
doesn't know where
fuck,
the
yeah,
beacon
he
relic
let her
is.
know.
Well, there's that.
I'm
to
all
be
know what
thankful for,
the
at
fuck is
least.
going on.
We lost Atlas and the relic.
But we got everyone out safely. Jaune said so.
We risked their home to save the relic. And we failed.
Getting everyone out has to count for something.
Goddamn
What
right.
good is saving anybody if Salem just destroys the world anyway?
Well, she doesn't, because we're
That's what Ironwood
badasses.
thought. You don't mean that?
Are you done?
Absolutely.
We need to move before the weather turns, or it's going to take us a lot longer to get to safety.
God damn. It scared the shit out of me, sir. Today is not the day for you to fight in the internet.
There will be plenty of time to lick your wounds later. Come on.
Hi, Juniper, I love you. You're my favorite big, fluffy, jackalope friend.
So, where are we going again?
My village. I still can't believe you made it all the way from the Crimson Keep on your own.
Not on our own. We had help. Oh. I hope the cat is okay.
Yeah, I'm...
Cat.
That cat!
Ooh. I'm glad you're not dead, bud, but you might be in about a second.
You always find the thing you're looking for in the very last place you look. Jaune! Oh my! It has been an indeterminate amount of time, hasn't it? So, how have you been?
Wait, you two know each other? Well, they'd have to. From the story.
Oh, Jaune. I think there's a misunderstanding. The cat can get us all out of here.
We don't have time for this. We've got to get to my village. Don't worry. We don't need a guide.
But your friends wanted to go to the tree.
That's where you're letting them take you?
Well, yeah. That's how Alex got out, right?
You didn't tell them anything.
No, that's simply not true. I told them plenty of things.
Oh,
A
God
few
damn it,
anythings and
Cece.
lots of some things.
Can somebody please make sense?
That tree is death. It absorbs you, takes your memories, and turns you into something else. If you go there, it's going to erase you. They call it ascension here. That's really what it is.
Wait, the tree is what causes ascension?
That's what got the herbalist. The roots of the tree. Pretty curious that you neglected to mention that.
Oh, excellent penmanship. But you are not from here. It won't do that to you guys.
Oh, yeah? Then what happened to Lewis?
Who?
Oh shit.
Alex's
That's the
brother.
Yeah, that's the kid in the mirror.
That can't be right. She had a brother? Why didn't you mention him?
You never asked, silly. It was always Alex this and
Oh
Alex
god,
that.
you're just
You've been
Ozpin
following this
again.
story the
Oh
whole
my.
time, and it's not even true?
Let's go.
That
That's
is
my plan.
A lot of
definitely
good
making-
That's done you after what? How many years?
Can everyone please stop?
God damn it. I knew we couldn't trust him. He's voiced by Robbie Damon.
Looks like we're stuck at a crossroads then.
Oh shit. Oh god damn it. I have a thing that I'm thinking of, and it's
Welcome
concerning.
to a thunderstorm. A weather pattern that creates a physical manifestation of a mental or emotional problem. So we appear to be at a metaphorical and literal crossroads.
Oh, Juniper, it's gonna be
How
okay.
Perfectly, stupidly
I can't
ever after.
help but notice the other two are gone.
This place
God
really
damn it, Cece.
The only way
My
out
wife.
is to resolve the problem or wait until
He was like, nah, this just happened.
moving.
Oh.
Okay, I asked for that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I
Where's
would have
Yang?
Princess caught you.
And Blake?
Don't worry about it.
Must have had something bigger to work out.
Oh, shit.
Blake! Yay! What do we do? We need to get to that platform. But how do we take the next step?
Well, fuck. Ain't that the question? Son of a bitch. There's 1,000 things I want to say. I didn't even get to say about the trees. Probably, then this probably is afterlife, and everyone's a fucking person reincarnated into a fucking goofy cartoon freak. Fuck.
Just don't get how the story is both real
He is so done with this
and
shit.
not.
God damn it, Cece.
It all happened. Just not the way Alex said when she wrote it.
So, what?
Good reuse
You
of
just
that theme.
lie?
It's
You have no idea.
really good.
I waited for you to fall. For years. But somebody else showed up first. It was Alex. And her brother, Lewis. 2 siblings from Remnant. I told them I was from there too. I was waiting for my friends. Once I started helping them, it didn't take long for me to figure out I was in her story. I was the rusted knight. But things weren't always the same as the book. Like Alex. She wasn't just a little petulant or inconsiderate. She was selfish.
Yeah, she was just a fucking asshole. Okay.
Like this whole world was simply make-believe and the rules didn't apply to her. Lewis was the kind one. The clever one. We went places she didn't mention in the story. Like the herbalist. Something changed there. Whatever he said to her, she wasn't the same after that. She lost all trust in us. Started accusing us of things. The more I tried to get the story back on track, the more she distrusted me. Was it my fault? Did I change the story? I couldn't even be the make-believe hero.
Not your fault, man. She
didn't
just,
have time to
again,
make it right.
apparently is a fucking asshole.
The rusted knight drank the poison in her stead. She said she wouldn't let anyone get in the way of her leaving. That she'd do whatever it takes. And then she was gone. So, not exactly my favorite story anymore.
Yeah, well, that also definitely makes me worried that Alex is still alive and Remnant a fucking
Why don't you trust
problem.
the cat then?
The cat's role in the Ever After. I figured it out later, and the cat came back for me once Alex left. When people lose their way here, the cat convinces them somehow. Either to keep performing their role, or to go to the tree and get a new one. The cat calls it healing, but it's manipulation. The cat was never helping Alex, or you. Their purpose here is to feed the tree. Keep the cycle going.
How can you be sure?
Because the cat took Alex and Lewis there. Only one of them made it back to our world.
God damn it.
You alright? I'll feel a lot better when we're together on that platform. Is it a password or something? Together! Platform! No luck?
Yeah, you gotta be fucking honest with yourself,
I'm sure
man,
you'll
or this
figure it out,
shit
though.
isn't
You're good at that.
gonna
You think so? Well,
work.
yeah. You've got a really good brain. Okay, that did something. I talked about you, so...
Certainly a way to get these two to fucking sit down and talk, or it's
Years.
fucking dumbass. I love you.
I think your cat ears are cute. Nailed it! Even though
I would
don't
still
know
hold
what
on.
it is yet. Maybe it's
Think it through, come on.
saying things we never said to each other. I think you're an extraordinary person. You're always the first.
Oh, this is gonna
to like
fuck
a
my shit up.
situation. You act bravely when you're afraid. You do what you say.
Oh, Casey, you weren't kidding. It's corny as fuck, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Jesus
I like
Christ.
that you've never been intimidated by me, even when you didn't like me all that much. I was a little wary of people in general, but you never gave up on them, even when they hurt you. You never give up. You know what matters to you. Let's make this quicker. Any big truths we haven't dropped on each other yet?
Oh shit.
Did you just think of something that didn't say it?
Yeah.
That can't
Oh,
be
you
what this is
beautiful
about.
blushy bitch. God, I love you.
It's like a cliff. And if I do it, I'm just going to fall.
I
I
mean,
think
it's
we're
a-
already falling.
It's kind of a big deal, but
Just say it, Yang.
that's kind of the thing that makes it so goddamn beautiful, you know?
I think I love you. I love you too.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you two. Oh my god, it's the weirdest thing in the world to see that actually happen. It's been such a thing. And it's so fucking crazy to actually see that happen genuinely, actually, for realsies, and a thing. That's such a mindfuck.
Oh, how odd.
Cece, not now, you little shit. We're in the middle of something.
Oh, I thought there was more to the story. Like you're accusing me of something. Same page now.
You're the one who gives afterends to the tree. Why haven't you been telling us the truth?
When
And apparently
afterends get
not
all
just
higgledy
afterends.
piggledy, I help them return to the ever after, yes. But you're not afterends. I'm not taking you there to ascend. I'm taking you there because you all have such delightful information for me.
You
Yeah,
pretended
that's-
like you'd never heard of the story when you met us. But
I knew we
Jaune had already told you.
Robbie, I love you,
Old
but god
Jaune's
damn it,
seen
you are
a
built
few
for being a
sandberries
bastard.
for a picnic these days, wouldn't you say?
Would you leave my
What
son
happened when
alone,
you took
okay?
Alex and Lewis to the tree?
I don't know. She had told me she'd take me with her through the door to Remnant, but she tricked me. Just like all of you. You only want to use me in the same way I've only seen others as sources for knowledge and entertainment. Well, at least now I know what not to do.
We just want
Worst
to
part
go
is, I
home.
mean, that's not unreasonable if she was really
Thank you for
that
this lesson,
fucking bad.
Ruby, Rose, Huntress. I'll be on my way now. Stay with your friend.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Did we miss anything?
Feels like I've been waiting forever for that.
Fucking A,
Come on.
brother man. I love the sounds that Juniper makes. It's so adorable. I want one so bad. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's so fucking weird. I've waited so long for that. And now that it's happened, I don't know what to do.
It was the first thing I saw when I was falling. Years later, when I finally found it, I knew I'd caught back up to the time of my birth. Ruby?
Breathe, girl, breathe.
Hey. Thank you, Sean.
Don't mention it.
Sean, what did happen to Lewis?
I think Alex traded him to the tree in order to leave. And then she wrote him out of the story. Good night, everyone.
God damn it, man. That was a lot. This music is both pretty and also slightly terrifying. I don't... It's such an insane... Again, I'm actually really glad I took the time to say the Jaune thing in the beginning. Because... Exactly like with Jaune, I have literally grown up with... with those fucking two. You know? Oh, that was such a fucking beautiful way of doing it, too. Oh, I can't wait to see a bunch of fucking crybaby homophobe dipshits whine about it on the internet, you fucking losers. Okay, okay, I'm all fucked up now. It's so crazy, because, again, I've waited so long for that, and then, and again, I'm gonna quickly set up another thing just so that this doesn't break on me, okay? It's already been a dick enough during this video. I'll be right back. I realize I just did a clap for this clap sync, but I'm just gonna go ahead and waited a long goddamn time for that. What the fuck do we do now? Anyway. Yeah. Fuck. this is one where I feel like I want to talk for hours, but I don't know what to even say. I'm gonna quickly touch on the other stuff first. Yeah, Alex is an asshole. I mean, that seemed pretty much likely that could happen. It's actually going to be very difficult to talk about other things when this is staring at me in the face. Well, technically, they're very much not staring at anything but each other right now. I mean, eyes closed, but you know. Anyway, fuck. Yeah. So Alex is a piece of shit again. Definitely seemed like that might very well be the case. Also, again, I did say earlier, like, maybe, again, it really depends on how goddamn long ago it was. She's very possibly fucking long dead by now. It really depends on how old that fucking story is. Again, Cece's over here, and I don't know how to feel about Cece, because, again, I want to like them. I want to trust them. I want them to be our friend, but it's difficult to do that because Robbie Damon voices them. No, but just because, again, we only have so much perspective. We weren't there, obviously, in that moment to see what happened. Speaking of in the moment, god damn it, I really shouldn't have this on my screen the whole time. Yeah, no, like, It's difficult to know for sure because we simply weren't there, and very possibly we'll get to see a little bit more there as we progress, or maybe not. So it's hard to tell for sure how much Cece is trustworthy or not. Again, the whole idea of Ascension in the first place is complicated. I do think it leans towards, especially since, again, like, Cece's talking about how, you know, like, I do it for after-ins and stuff like that. And, like, don't get me wrong, yeah, we established that part. The problem was Lewis wasn't an after-in. I mean, he might be one now. But apparently was not then, so apparently the tree doesn't really fucking discriminate. So again, it definitely, again, ever since we had the inklings that the Ever After was a thing in the first place, I mean, the name helps, by the way, the idea of it being the afterlife, again, ever since The Lost Fable, the idea of seeing what the afterlife is, seeing as it was literally a confirmed thing that exists, has been a thing. And obviously it's been a thing because people we very much enjoy and love. Love, yeah. Speaking of people that we very much enjoy and love, are very dead and therefore would be in said afterlife. Is, you know, like, that's a thing. I know that's always been a thing I've either wanted to see, or however we ended up seeing it. I was very much well, maybe right at the end of the show, we see someone die and they get to go there or whatever, and maybe get reunited with their friends in the great ever beyond, you know? Obviously, you know, slightly less positive vibes for this one. Again, if that is the case. But I think that would make a lot of sense. You dump motherfuckers into the Ever After, you know, in death, and then they go to the tree and ascend and become an after-in, which would make a lot of sense. If you're the resident of the afterlife, you'd be an after-in, you know? And maybe, like, your personality or something decides where kind of you end up in your own little pocket of heaven, your own little pocket of afterlife, you know? Maybe it's a fucked up thought, but, like, all the dead kids go to the Toyland, you know, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I definitely have always kind of been on that train, and obviously we got here and then kind of played around with it. And, like, is that really necessarily a thing? Though I think this definitely opens that up to being a thing much more. And again, if that is the thing, then that opens the door for some other concerning shit in these last 4 episodes. Again, there's a lot of dead people that we're aware of. Again, I remind you, more people die in, like, Volume 8 than die in the entire rest of the show combined. Like, there's there's a lot of dead people currently in RWBY that have a role to play in everyone's lives, you know? So yeah, that's a scary thought. I want to believe CC is telling the truth, and it is just simply a thing that, like, they were kind of tricked into it. Obviously, there's still some severe questionability in regards to the fact that CC is just blatantly doing that to people anyway. So even regardless of what Alex did, CC literally convinced Hawker to fly into the Jabberwockers and die. You know, that literally happened. That we just watched that happen. It was horrific. Mostly heard it, but that didn't make it any less horrific. And again, that does also make you wonder then if everyone is, you know, a dead person turned after him. Then again, who obviously a huge one of note is everyone who's ever had the idea that little is Penny. Still young, brand new, you know, fresh into the world. It would make a lot of sense, you know. God damn it. And then it also raises the other question of, okay, so in order to get Alex out, did she then have to trade Lewis in order to convince the tree to let her go? Like, you know. And then if, obviously, that is the case, which is kind of the way they're implying it is, then what the fuck do we have to give to go? You know? Because, yeah. Again, with certain things, like, I think... Again, does it have to be a person? Does it have to be can it just be something of value to you? Like Ruby giving up Crescent Rose, for example. Yang, fuck it, giving up her arm. Something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. This was a choice to leave it up on my screen. It's just sitting there. Fucking with my heart. Anyway. So all that, obviously, it is really nice to see Jaune more. He's very upset all the time now, which is a bit of a bummer. I will take my one win for the day. The dream isn't dead, boy. Some might say, Shannon, I thought you were a fucking unfathomable Weiss simp. I thought you want Weiss to marry you. And I do. Did you miss the part in the beginning of the episode when I said I relate to Jaune? We've even both got long hair now. Anyway. The desire to scream, I wish that was me, in the beginning was extraordinary. It was very cute. There's some amazing, adorable blushiness in this episode. It's so much good vibes and terrible vibes at the same time. Oh, God. I would love to know what's up with the fuck you time travel tree. That's some bullshit, huh? Rude ass foliage. What is your problem, man? Shit. I do wonder if we'll end up getting more on that. Or maybe why that fucking happened. If not, the shittiest luck in the world, Jaune. Genuinely. Just what the fuck? We gotta get you a fucking good luck charm or some shit. Are you sure you're not Crow? Anyway. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. I hope CC is being truthful and that they were being deceived. Because I do want CC to be a friend. I want CC to come with us to Remnant. Apparently, that was what CC wanted. At least according to them. They just wanted to go to Remnant, and then Alex fucked him over. So I would love for that to happen. Again, also, Juniper needs to come with us and definitely not die. I didn't realize all the adorable fucking noises it makes. It's adorable. And, of course, little. But... That's a dangerous road to go down in regards to the reconcarnation ascension aspect in Juniper specifically. Just saying, Juniper's horns look shockingly similar to a certain crown we've seen for the entirety of the goddamn show. Anyway, not a crown. Tiara thing. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We're on the same page here. Okay, good. I don't think this is what she meant when she asked Jaune to ride her. Anyway. Let's move on. We're not going to talk about this topic. But if so, I guess I called it, even if I'd really rather I didn't. Anyway, so point is, again, I don't know how much more I can really talk about this topic, but for the sake of conversation, let's just fucking deal with this. God, I'm happy, man. Again, there's some bummer stuff in this episode, but again, it's funny because, again, I've talked about it many times before. Like, I was not a bees person for at least a good little while. Like, there was always kind of little bits of it, especially, like, pretty much any moment past, burning the candle or whatever. That's really where that started, at least for someone like me. But even then, like, I was not really on that train for a good while. As I've mentioned before, quite a fan of the Black Sun of it all. Still am. I hope the boy's well. I'm not saying we get rid of this at all, because I'm quite a fan. But, I was always a fan of it. I like those two together, and I think, there was a lot of positives there. But yeah, so I held on to that for a good little while. I genuinely don't know where I would say it started to turn into more leaning this direction than the monkey of it all. Yeah, I genuinely don't know where I would say it's probably, was it somewhere in volume 4 and Yang having her fucking going through her fucking emotions with this goddamn cat. Anyway. But I also think, kind of because of that, it can lend a good bit of positive, again, I'm glad I took the time to mention the Jaune thing in the beginning, because again, I mentioned why Jaune being the way he is now is so impactful to me is because I literally grew up with that boy. I watched him turn into the person he is. Not only just watched him, but I was there alongside him doing that. And again, even gained things from him in that aspect. Again, I relate to the boy immensely. It's the only reason I don't punch Jaune in the head and still, kind of okay with White Knight. It's I'm a jealous lover. Don't you leave me alone. But this is funny to me. Yeah, no, and I think again that's a huge reason why he's affected me the way he has, and I think that has a good part to play in why this makes me so goddamn happy. I mean, honestly, most people who aren't a fucking annoying asshole are made happy by this. Let's be fucking real. And again, to make it abundantly clear, that's the majority of people. The majority of people are normal fucking people who just are like, this is cool because, hey, two people are happy that we like. And there's plenty of other people who are like, obviously, love it for the rep, who love it for just because, they're adorable, like whatever the case may be, but just the majority of people are just, yeah, there's just a couple weird little freaks hiding in the shadows. Hey, weird little freaks. You remember there's that live stream from fucking like volume 1 or whatever, right? Where she accidentally says it's gonna be a thing. I love Erin. She's great. Yeah. So again, the fact that I never learned that was a thing until like this volume is hilarious. I'm like, wait a minute. How long has this been? I've been here the whole time and I don't remember seeing this. I think this would have quickly put an end to this whole it wasn't planned shit. But no, like, again, I watched these. I again, not just watched them, but I grew up alongside both of them and watching and like being there while they grew into each other. That sounds questionable. Something vibration function. I don't fucking know. Point is, like, I've been there, and again, I was a person who kind of went one way for a significant amount of time before it kind of swung back around, you know, to this, and like. I think even though, like, I haven't, I guess, then waited as long as other people might have who were in it even earlier than me, I think I had an even more significant journey on that front because I got to take that turn of, like, I'm in it for the Am I in it for the monkey? Wait a minute, the dragon girl. You know? Fuck. But it's so bizarre in, like, a really great way. I've waited for that moment, I guess, for a decade of my fucking life. And then it happened, and you're like, shit. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's better than how I would have pulled it off. That was beautiful, and no joke. Yeah, you weren't fucking around, Casey. Corny as fuck, and I say that with the utmost of love because I am a huge fan of cheesy bullshit, and it's so fucking earnestly, adorably dorky and dumb. And again, I don't say that in a negative way. I say that in a, like, it is arguably the most contrived way they could have done that. It's literally like, hey, idiots, here you're on this magic bridge. Deal with it, or fucking don't, and just die on a bridge. Like this, it's time. You're done. Deal with it. The literal universe is telling you to stop this shit and put her in your mouth. Anyways. I don't know. I think it's incredibly cute. And they were so fucking adorable. It was so cute. Okay, also, on the topic of my emotions regarding these characters. Again, Blake has always been... I think I liked her... It was a little bit more debatable upfront, but I guess she probably was always my personal least favorite of Team RWBY. I'm sorry. That doesn't in any way mean I don't like her. It's very much the opposite of what I mean. But she's always kind of been the least... I'm completely in love with of Team RWBY, but that's also, again, just because I adore the fuck out of... Weiss is my favorite character of all time. Yang was my original OG favorite character in the show until Pierre kind of started taking over, and then she fucking died, and then Weiss jumped in and was like, hey, fuck you, I guess. You know? And Ruby's always kind of been this interesting character that I always loved, you know, especially in concept and stuff, and then, obviously, as time has gone on and on and on, she's gotten more and more interesting and compelling. But again, to bring it back to the Yang of it all, like, Yang was originally my favorite. I used to have such an incredible fucking crush on Yang. Oh my god, oh my goodness. Again, I was the same exact age as these motherfuckers when this shit started. Oh, inconsolable I was. Anyway. What does that mean in this context? But no, like, you know, and I think that also kind of has an interesting role to play in the growth of it all, because, like, I fucking love this being, and I want nothing but happiness for her. Again, it's the same thing with, like, the fucking White Knight joke I keep making. Like, yeah, that's my girl, back to fuck off. But also, far more importantly, within the context of the story, I want her to be happy. That's what I want, you know? And the exact same thing goes for Yang. Even if I'm not an unbridled fucking Yang simp these days. Weiss just takes up too much of my time, I'm sorry. But even still, like, I adore Yang, and I want nothing more for this being for her to be happy. I want nothing more for Blake to be happy. Her entire life has been fucking shit when it comes to relationships. It's complicated as hell. We always make jokes about how everyone loves Blake. The problem is even the bad people like Blake. The problem was Adam existed. And Ilya, as much as I adore her, was kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. I love her to death. Give Ilya a girlfriend. But just, she did not make the best first impression. Just because I didn't realize it was Jeremy Lay yet. Anyway. Just, I don't know. I have waited for that moment for over a third of my life. And it happened, and it made me so fucking happy. Fuck. You know? It feels so... like it was always gonna happen. But it was one of those things that, like, until you saw it... I don't know. It's hard to really explain. But, yeah. It's one of those things that I always knew was coming, and yet, however, I could never really, truly, fully process that it was happening until it fucking happened, and I was like, oh shit. It's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. So, I really loved it. You nailed that shit. Also, just on a purely selfish level, thank fuck I mean, they're still gonna bitch, moan, and complain about it, but at least now you literally can't say it's fucking queerbait shit. You literally can't. Thank Christ. They still will find a way. I don't care. I hate people. I thoroughly despise human beings sometimes. But, yeah. I just, it was profoundly fucking adorable. I guess the big thing that's interesting now is, as I literally had seen other people, because it's been, this whole week has been people freaking the fuck out, because it seemed very clear to a lot of people that it was happening. And again, I was fairly assuming it wasn't until at least the next episode, until it just kept going this week, and I was like, fuck, no, it might actually. And obviously, I wasn't expecting us to get here in quite the way we did, but we did, and shit. Again, it was literally forced by the world to happen. The Raptor's like, I'm so tired, just fucking do it. What are you doing, you dumbasses? Just get married already. I'm gonna rewatch this scene 500 fucking times. Oh, what do I even say to Jeff when we sit down to record? Not record, but just watch. Ah, fuck. Just walk in. So ready whenever you are. And I'm not gonna say a fucking word this episode. What? Don't worry about it. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's fucking beautiful. Waited so long to see that. And I'm really glad I got to experience it with you all. And thankfully, for all of the buffering bullshit I had to deal with earlier, it at least knew to stay off this goddamn thing. It does mean I had to watch it in slightly lower quality, which is a goddamn shame. But, you know, that's okay. I'll watch it in higher quality in a bit. Boy, making a thumbnail for this episode is going to be a motherfucker, huh? Because I know what I want to put in the thumbnail. I'm not going to. You will have seen it, so you'll know that I didn't. But I need you to comprehend the restraint it is taking me. There's few things more in this world that I want to put in that thumbnail than I wanted to put in any thumbnail. It's like episode 22 of Steins Gate or whatever the fuck, where I'm just like, I feel fucking compelled. The darkness inside makes me want to do it. I won't. For at least like a week or two. Anyway, and then I'm gonna change it later. At that point, fuck you. At that point, it's on you. You should have just watched the episode. I will fight anyone on that. I might do it just out of spite. No, fuck you. You didn't go pay for Crunchyroll and watch the fucking thing. Fuck you. Spoiled. Eat shit. Loser. I shouldn't do that, huh? But what if I did? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, I guess, because I don't know what to do. I just want to see what they do from here on. I guess just continue being adorable as fuck for the rest of the show through all of the pain and suffering we still have to come. So about that vibration function. Anyway, so can't wait to see Aaron and Barb freak just being goddamn demons all over the internet. These motherfuckers have literally been waiting since like day one for this shit. They've been so fucking ride or die for these fucking two. Fuck. Oh, it's so cute. Y'all motherfuckers get 1 week before I put this in the center of the thumbnail. Anyway, point is, we're gonna... I think we're gonna go ahead and... I don't know what to say, because I don't really know where we go. We made it to... we made it to Sean's village. Apparently there's a village. There's some people there maybe we'll get to meet. And he had Crescent Rose. And again, Again, I guess it depends again on how the tree works with what we're given... What we might have to trade to the tree or whatever the fuck. To get the fuck out. But yeah, I'd be genuinely curious to see if we don't leave Crescent Rose behind. Again, if she doesn't leave most of the concept of Ruby Rose that she has, again, plagiarized from her fucking mom behind. So, I don't know. I'm very intrigued. As many people have said, it'd be really interesting if she picked up the fucking axe, which if that literally is Summer's weapon, I guess she'd be taking that too, which would kind of, I guess, go against the theming that I've established, but also... I'd be interested to see it. You mean fucking Ruby Rose gets to be the Little Red Riding Hood and the Huntsman? Neat. I don't know. Fucking beautiful, man. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that all goes. I know what I will put in the thumbnail. I'm absolutely putting adorable blushy fucking Weiss in the thumb. Are you fucking kidding me? I will fight you. That's going in minute 1. This'll take a week. But that's going in minute 1. Anyway. I'm going to go ahead and go, I guess. I'll probably have 100 things I want to say later, and then I won't until the next episode. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it some love. Right, as always, we have a Patreon and a Discord. Again, Ruby's never going to be on the fucking early release on there, but everything else we fucking do is insanely early released, apparently. Your boy's been recording his ass off. And, again, I don't know how viewership on this one's gonna be, but based on the previous episode, it could be fucking all the people. So if so, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the gays gaying it up, because I did. I was a fan. Look at them. Blushy Yang earlier, genuinely. I wish that was me now. Anyway, point is, you can do both. You can respect it and also tag me in Blake. Anyway. It feels good to, again, there's a lot of bummer stuff in this episode, but also it feels good to have a good thing. To have a beautiful, fun, happy, good thing, which can sometimes feel so goddamn rare in RWBY. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna hold on to that shit. I'm gonna cherish it. Like, you two better each other. Goddamn. Anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, give it some love, and I will see you all in episode 7 of RWBY Volume 9. Fucking A. "10 years. worth every fucking second.